Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now a dramatic reading of a letter to Jeremiah from his dead mother, Susannah.
Dear Conrad, I can hardly believe my little boy is getting married today. I am just bursting at the thought that my beautiful boy has found the person he wants to spend the rest of his life with. I only ever got to see you in love once, and for that, I will always be grateful. Not just that I got to see you in love, but that I got to see you be loved. Oh, the way she looked at you. It was like you were the only boy in the world. Today, if there is even a fraction of the love I saw then, I am more than happy. I am overjoyed. End scene. And by the way, that's the real letter from the show.
Wow. Great performance, Susannah. Thank you, Susannah Fisher, for being here.
You know, I really tried to channel her there. What a letter that got in the wrong hands.
Is brutal.
Can you imagine?
I have only ever seen you in love once.
With the girl I'm about to marry?
The irony. Incredible. Oh, dear Conrad. Just dear Conrad is so brutal to a guy with this kind of inferiority complex.
He's like, again? Everyone just wants me to be Conrad.
Yeah. They're all wearing their Connie Baby shirts like you.
I know. Well, you got to represent, you know. I got to say, the most brutal part of that letter, though, is when she's talking about the way Belly would look at Conrad. Like, that cuts deep.
Can you imagine? Like, I mean, he is here. He's like, oh, this is my day. Here's a letter from my mother who's passed away that she wrote imagining me on my wedding day. And it's to his brother about how much the woman he's about to marry loved that guy. Oh, devastating.
I mean, what do you think about what's in the letter? Do you think it's a little wild that she talks so much about Belly in this letter?
It is tough because it's like, well, in fairness, it was a mix-up.
Well, right.
Jeremiah was not supposed to read this.
But just even if Conrad was reading it, like, there is a lot about Belly in the letter.
I guess you have to take a shot when you know you're not going to be there at some kind of specifics about the life you're living right then. And in the life she's living right then, like, they're together.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, maybe that won't last. But she's not envisioning a world where she passes on, Conrad and Belly break up, and then Jeremiah's going to marry Belly, because even dead Susannah's like, that's too messy to imagine. That's crazy.
She's like, the worst happened. The worst. But this all happened, I feel like, because of her death, honestly. Like, that's how we got to where we are. We're in the dark timeline. We're in the dark timeline of this show. We're not in the season 1 timeline. We're in the season 3 timeline. That was crazy.
You were telling me when we were watching it that you see her. I guess you knew this was happening from the books, right?
Yeah.
That this was going to happen. And so you said that you saw her mix up the letters.
Yeah,
earlier,
in season 2. You got to kind of blame Laurel for this a little bit. Because Susannah has the letters out on her tray when she's sick and bad. Belly and Susannah come in, and the letters go flying, and Laurel's like, I got this for you. And it's like, Laurel?
Oh, well.
But maybe check them. I don't know. It's a big...
I don't know. It's just a bad luck situation.
It really is. I mean, Jeremiah, he cannot catch a break with Conrad. That's it.
Anyway, incredible dramatic reading. I love that you opened with a letter from Susannah, who you were just saying in a previous episode, no one's talking about enough. No one's remembering Susannah as the reason they're even at this house in Cousins Beach and all that. So she really came back with a vengeance in this episode.
She came back with a force, for sure. And
Yeah.
hello, welcome back, everyone.
Tell them who we are and
always-
what we're doing here.
We always get into it right away because so much is happening in these episodes. I can't wait to talk about it more. I'm your host, teen drama fangirl, Jillian Benani, and with me is maybe, one of the biggest of Summer I Turned Pretty fans now. Used to be reluctant watcher. Now he loves it. It's my husband, Tyler Branch.
Thank you for having me, Jillian. Happy to be here on Previously on Teen TV Podcast. Someone at work was asking me if they should watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I was like, it's hard to know whether to recommend it to you, just some guy. But, I do feel like me watching this, I've gotten pretty invested. I do really care what happens to these characters and how this all turns out. It's hard not to. The drama, the twists, the turns.
I mean, you regularly compare it to Breaking Bad. And I got to say, with this episode that we watched today, Succession wishes. Okay? This show could be compared to Succession, I feel like, with the family drama that we brought. We are talking today, episode 8 of season 3, Last Kiss. Wonder who that's about.
Last Kiss. See, I thought it was going to be that Pearl Jam song. Oh, where, can my baby be?
Is that why you've been singing that all day today?
Yeah, I think
Wow,
so.
I just put that together.
It's in my head.
No, we didn't get any Pearl Jam, but we got a lot of everybody's feelings coming to the surface this episode. That's for
We
sure.
got so many feelings.
This was a huge
What about that needle
ep.
drop? Taylor Swift made a return once again.
How-
I can't help but bring again. Would you like to wish Taylor congratulations?
Well, we
A big
have
week.
to.
Taylor's getting married and Belly's not.
Yeah, what a week it's been already.
We couldn't have seen that a week ago.
It is only Wednesday, and we have a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce engagement and a Belly Jeremiah demise. R.I.P. to Jellyfish. It is the ending of Jellyfish this episode.
Yes, in memoriam, as you could say. Do you want to do our top 5 in memoriam?
Let's
of
do it.
Jellyfish, of Jeremiah and Belly. The top 5 reasons why Belly and Jeremiah didn't work out. Who could have seen it? Who could have seen it coming?
We've only been watching
They
this
seemed
unfold
rock
for 8
solid.
episodes. All right, number 5.
But they did not make it down the aisle.
They didn't.
I thought about wearing a suit and tie for this episode because I was here for the wedding, but didn't happen.
You really did think the wedding was going to happen.
Well, I will say I was getting pretty we're getting close. Once we got through rehearsal dinner and then we're just in the next day. I'm like, this is getting really close to just the weddings happening.
Her dress was on. His suit was on. The guests were there. They were drinking. I mean, they must have opened the bar early. Somebody must have been like, Jeremiah is not here. Open this bar right now.
Yeah.
They got pretty far. I thought they weren't going to get as far, but this followed the book pretty closely.
We'll get into all that later on. But first, we got our top 5 list. Our top 5 reasons Belly and Jeremiah didn't work out.
R.I.P. Jellyfish. Number 5. Jeremiah asked Belly to marry him when he knew she was lying about Christmas and cousins. And he lied about Cabo. But he moved forward with this proposal knowing that Belly was keeping that secret from him. And it seems like he proposed almost as a test.
It's really weird because when you think about it, when he laid it out there to her in that confessional, and you're thinking about the timeline of this, so you knew, so from his perspective, he's like, I knew she wasn't telling me what happened at Christmas. Then I picked a fight with her. Then I cheat on her. Then she takes me back, and she still hasn't told me about Christmas. And then I'm like, you want to get married? And it's like, what is going on, dude? You asked her to marry you. If he really was invested in making this work, he asked her to marry him at a bad time.
Even worse than what we thought. knowing that he knew this information. I mean, it was bad enough with the Cabo situation, but knowing that you knew about this already too and didn't bring it up to her. I mean, the lies these two were keeping from each other was pretty crazy.
I get where Belly's coming from of like, I don't know. I guess everyone's giving her a hard time about Christmas, but like nothing did really happen at Christmas. But like, I guess his point was it re-sparked her interest in Conrad. But
my whole thing with that, it's not like she was like, oh, is Conrad coming to visit? Oh, I'm on the phone with Conrad. Oh, I'm talking to Conrad. I'm texting Conrad. Like, how would Jeremiah know that sparked her interest? Like, we as viewers know because we kind of saw that. But I thought that was interesting. I'm like, does he have spies in that house or something?
It's weird because, like, we are hearing her monologue, like, what's going on in her head a lot of times on this stuff. But, like, she didn't do anything. Like, she wasn't in touch with Conrad over this. Like, when you pick this fight months later, like, she hasn't talked to Conrad since then.
Right.
I don't know. It was an odd reason.
I just think that it was kind of, I mean, look, obviously, like, he's not wrong. That's the thing. Like, Jeremiah is not wrong with his suspicions that Belly still will always hold something for Conrad. So it's not like he's wrong in what he's saying, but it just feels very accusatory and blaming when I just feel like you either needed to let that go or break up. And instead he proposed.
Instead he proposed. See, for me, the thing about the Christmas secret is not so much that it's some big thing that she needs to confess to him. It's more just a red flag to you of if your girlfriend hangs out with a guy and isn't telling you about it. It's not that it's some big confession she needs to tell. It's just a red flag that maybe your relationship's not quite there to be getting married.
Right.
So don't ask her to marry you.
Right, exactly. That's what it is. It's like, that's a red flag. Because it really isn't this like huge,
much
crazy
more a red
secret.
flag than like a lie that needs to be confessed.
Right. It's more like, ask her, why are you keeping that from me? What's your reasoning with that?
Like, what was stopping him from asking her about it after this time? Like, if you're going to ask her to marry you, why not just ask her about it?
Well, because they don't talk. It's like the lies these two are telling each other and they don't seem to talk. Like, Jeremiah does not want to have a serious conversation, which we should have added that to the list. That's not on here, but that's part of the problem. That's number 5A, is that they do not communicate well and they don't have serious conversations. They brush it aside.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
What's number 4?
Number 4, reason why Belly and Jeremiah didn't work out. Both are obsessed with Conrad.
Oh, amen to that.
Both of them.
This guy, when he finds out that the night before his wedding, that his bride has been told by another man that he's in love with her, instead of him checking in really with her of how she handled that, how they're doing, like all that, his immediate reaction was, I'm going to go attack Conrad and leave you by yourself. Like, he does not focus on her. He focuses completely on Conrad. And it's crazy.
And he accuses her in that moment, too, of, oh, are you coming here to tell me you're leaving me? Like, it was something like that.
He just assumes that immediately because he's been running through his head so many scenarios where Belly leaves him for Conrad. These people are crazy.
He's obsessed. He wants to beat Conrad so bad. Everything about this is all about Conrad for Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, come on, Belly is playing montages in her head of Conrad, regularly.
Well, so are you.
Well, yeah, that's normal, okay? That was the gummy.
What about the toast he gave? That weird toast of thanking Conrad for his loyalty.
Oof.
And then the weird aggression about like coming to get ice cream and just like, he's just like so focused on Conrad.
And he's given him a lot of digs. Like,
Yeah.
even without knowing. Well, and he clearly, I mean, he said this, that he knew that Conrad still had feelings for Belly. So that is where all this like aggression is coming out at him. But it's like, if you really thought that you won this situation and that you and Belly are going to get married and that she's the one with you, wouldn't you have a little less aggression towards your brother who lost out in this situation? I just think you wouldn't care as much. And it's so clear that it's like he views Conrad as a threat with Belly and a threat with his father.
Yeah. I mean, well, a few episodes ago, whenever Belly calls him and he's not even listening to her, he's like staring at Conrad and his dad talking. And it's just like, that's it. Like, that's kind of what's wrong with him sometimes. It's like, Conrad's not thinking about you as much as you're thinking about him. I mean, Conrad is thinking about Belly a lot. Like, he is in love with Belly. But he's not in love with Belly in that he wants to steal her from you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really framed in a different way. Is it feels sometimes like Jeremiah wants to be with Belly to defeat Conrad.
Yeah.
And Conrad just does not view it that way. He just wants to be with Belly. He's not even thinking about Jeremiah in this situation.
Conrad's like, I can't breathe without this girl. I mean, the way that he just assumes they're over after Belly tells him that Conrad told her his feelings, he just says, well, we're over. It's done.
It was like,
it's like, what?
Why are you guys getting married? Like, if you had told me, like, someone confessed their love to you, I'd be like, that's crazy. Like, how did you handle that? I wouldn't be like, oh, well, you and I are nothing then, I guess. Like, what? Like, that was a crazy reaction.
Well, now's the time to tell you. The day before our wedding.
Chris Briney.
I was like, I cannot imagine that. Like, this is a lot to take on. Belly has to take on a lot of feelings right now, and that is a lot.
This is a dramatic bunch.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and one more thing was, before we move on to number 3, was whenever they're talking about whether they should actually go through with the wedding, when she's like, I chose you. And he's like, that's not enough. You have to be like, I have no feelings for Conrad. And again, to me, that felt like he has to like defeat Conrad. You know what I mean? And the way he framed that? Because it wasn't so much about like the security of like, you're in love with me, not him. It's more like, you can't any feelings for this guy because I have to win. It's crazy. And when he was like, I've never gotten you all to myself. Like, I don't know. The way it was framed, like she's this possession that Conrad owns part of, is just, it's a weird obsession with Conrad.
Well, he just keeps bringing up Conrad's name all the time. It's Conrad, 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 Conrad. But I will say, I do get what Jeremiah meant in that moment. I think if this first love was somebody else who wasn't in their lives, it would be a very different scenario. But we're talking about his brother. So I think it just makes it all a lot more awkward. Like, she's saying she cannot let go of this guy, and this guy is your brother. So it is like, yeah, she was choosing Jeremiah, but like that just sucks to hear that. Like, in that moment, you want to hear something different. You want to hear no, like, and she didn't give him that. No,
I get your point. I think I didn't love some of his wording on all of that.
It wasn't
where
great.
To me, it sort of felt like a battle that like he is like taking you from Conrad. I don't know.
And I think that's how he's viewing it. But to give just, some sympathy to Jeremiah there. I think that is a tough
Well, she's like, you weren't there at the beaches. You don't get it. He wiped my mouth. And my chin.
And then I had to clean up his cut, and it was the hottest thing that ever happened.
That
Dripping
cut
blood.
ran deep.
All right, moving on now. What number are we at? Oh, yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3. Jeremiah is turning into Adam. He's his father's
That's
son.
very true. Yeah.
Even their hair is starting to look similar. Adam is
kinda
sporting
are. It
that
makes-
curly hair now.
That longer hair of Adam, it's starting to I feel like they're styling them the similar ways. You're right about that. Because and just those two guys getting so chummy and corporate together, and the job, not telling Belly about the job because it's all about impressing Adam.
That was a crazy thing to happen. I couldn't believe he did not tell her. And then again, he kind of put it on her. She's like, well, why didn't you just tell me? It's fine, for you to take this job. I get it. But why didn't you tell me about it? And then, of course, Jeremiah's response is, Belly, if you don't want me to do it, then I won't. It's that's what he keeps saying. If you don't want me to do it, then I won't. And it's such a
Very
manipulation tactic too. And then you see Belly just get so sheepish in that moment. She doesn't feel like herself. She feels like, no, I don't mean that. I just mean I want you to tell me. And it feels very off.
Yeah, totally. I kind of felt like that moment wasn't played up enough as a good reason to just call this whole thing off.
Yeah.
Because, it was treated as just another one of the minor red flags. But, just think about this for a second. You're finding out that the guy you're marrying, this is the night before your wedding, you're finding out he's living in a different place than you thought, and he's working at a different job than you thought the night before your wedding. So, everything you've imagined of your lives after the next day is all different now. And it's that was kind of crazy. That was a huge bomb to be dropping on someone.
You need to talk about it with her. You need to ask her. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I honestly did think the wedding might end there. I thought that could be
it was crazy. Again, she gave up Paris for this guy. And then he's like, I'll just do whatever I want, though. That's fine. You'll just figure it out.
Well, this goes into our number 2 reason why Belly and Jeremiah didn't work out, in memoriam of Jellyfish. Number 2, codependency is not a relationship.
That's true. They said they put each other back together or something, right?
Yeah. And it's needing each other after a tragedy and helping each other through that doesn't make you soulmates for life. I think it's actually the worst time to get into a relationship. But they keep going back to that as why they're good together. Oh, we were there for each other after Susannah. We helped put each other back together. We did all that. And it's first of all, it's very clear too that you got together under tragic circumstances.
Yeah, totally. Them getting together after Susannah, really, they dealt with the grief and put their lives back together with each other, taking care of each other. Well, it does feel like Conrad going away, not that it was the best thing for him to do, to ignore people in his lives and problems in his lives, but it does feel like he got over it himself and kind of figured himself out as a person, and he got over his panic attacks, and he's in therapy, and it just seems like he's grown a lot as a person in a way maybe the two of them didn't, because they were just kind of stuck in this. And it's I'm not saying that it can never work when you meet each other after a tragedy, but sometimes it's you meet each other, you pick each other up after a tragedy, and then you need to be able to move on from the tragedy of Susannah dying, not just live in it and be codependent forever.
I think
grow as people.
I think this has a lot to do with their age too, because they're very young. They're in the same college together. Jeremiah was already in that college before Belly got there. So then she gets there. They're already dating. She can be friends with his friends. He can show her around. It's much harder than to get your own life. And I feel like that was a lot of the problem in their relationship too. And Belly just doesn't even know who she is right now because she's been following Jere around for 4 years. And that's a long time at that age.
Yeah. It's weird because you're looking at Belly at 21 and you're like, this girl had more confidence and knew who she was as a person so much more at 17.
I know. With Cameron.
He's off with I was hoping we get an appearance, but he's off with the whales. Being a marine biologist, you know.
Well, Taylor called out the codependency in this episode, which I did really love. That was a great scene with her and Belly, where she finally said it. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you want to do this, and brought up that Belly's so codependent on Jere. She's not going to Paris. She's fighting with her mom. Now she's fighting with her. I thought that was such a great scene because Taylor's been so supportive this whole time and really there for her. And I feel like, though, in this scene, Taylor still was being supportive and just calling out, like, you don't have to do this. I don't think you really want to.
Yeah, Taylor's a good friend in that way, where she's kind of the person who will attack Conrad out in public. But then, because she's like defending her friend and doing like what's best. But then when she's private alone with Belly, she's like, you did kind of say in the bathroom at your bachelorette that you fantasize about marrying Conrad. Like, should we talk about that? Is that going to be a problem? Maybe you shouldn't be getting married. Like, but she's not saying that. Like, publicly, she's just one of those, like, ride or die with her friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that she really gave it to Conrad. Because it's like she's seeing her friend crying herself to sleep at night. 2 days before her wedding. So
I do also think it was a little bit of a check on Conrad to see, is he just messing around with Belly? Is he just toying with her? And I think she was like, wow, he's coming back at me. He's like holding his ground. I think he really might kind of mean this.
I mean, he genuinely told Taylor that he does want to ride off in the sunset with Belly.
I mean, imagine a guy saying that to you. Holy cow.
I know. Well, I was like, wow, he is actually admitting it to everybody. That was refreshing to hear. And I think that's what
really
Taylor wanted.
out.
Taylor was like, you have to be able to admit this to me if I'm going to believe you with this. Because you give it to Belly, you take it away. She's seen Conrad do that to Belly so many times. So she's like, prove it to me. And he did. And I also think what Taylor says to Conrad in that moment of, I don't think you can be the guy that she needs. I think that is her projecting what she thinks about her and Steven.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because she keeps saying
she's going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going through a lot, and she's dealing with all Belly's problems.
And she's got her mom and her dad. It's just a lot's happening.
Lucinda's got a new boyfriend. Who do you think that is?
I don't know.
Will we meet him?
Anything's possible with Lucinda. I wish her the best.
All right, back to our top 5 reasons why Belly and Jeremiah didn't work out. Number one reason.
Okay, number 5 was asked her to marry him. Obsessed with Conrad. 4. 3 was turning into Adam. 2 was codependency. Okay. Number 1. What's number 1 reason in memoriam of Jeremiah and Belly's relationship?
Number 1. Belly's soulmate is your brother. I mean,
that's a tough one to get over.
That is ultimately just why this didn't work out. And why it was never going to work out for the full term. Because there is that invisible string with Belly and Conrad, and it's not going anywhere.
That's a good point. I do think, Jeremiah, he didn't play this game perfectly, but I think even if he did, I don't know if he might have gotten married, but I don't think it would have worked out in the end, because it's tough to get over that your wife's soulmate is your brother. Like, it's not you. Like, it's just so clear. I mean, they just have, I mean, when she says that, like, my heart's beating like a million, like, whatever, it's just like no one makes her feel this way. No one gets her this fired up. Like, you made that video about how mad she got last week on the beach, and you're like, you can only truly get that angry at someone you love.
Well, she says, anger, sadness, joy, he makes me feel all of it. And what of those emotions have we really seen her experience with Jeremiah? She pushes them all away. Like, we haven't really seen her that angry. I mean, yes, after Cabo, but that went away quickly. We just don't see the full fledged of emotions with Jeremiah.
Yeah, she's almost scared to show it. It's always like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, she becomes timid almost to even show the wide range of being a person she can be.
And it's interesting because I feel like this relationship would not have lasted as long as it did if Connie did not go to Stanford, didn't get into medical school over there. Like, that really led to them being together for so long, because the minute he comes back into the fray, all hell broke loose.
Yeah, as soon as the boy's back in town, watch out.
I mean, the
Breaking
power
hearts,
of
left
this
and right.
guy. Even Kaylee was feeling it this up when he complimented
I
the
love
tablescape. And she
I
was
feel like Kaylee
oh.
was like, is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Does he not know he's the star of the show? He's talking to me?
Oh my God. It does feel a little bit like we have just been watching Belly and Conrad's love story this whole time.
It certainly feels that way.
Like, now,
I mean,
well, how do you feel
did you-
about that as a former Team Jeremiah fan? Like, how do
so,
you feel about that? How do you feel about the ending
I was
of this?
mad, Jillian. I got mad. This episode, I am very invested in the show and love the show, but like I was getting really mad at the attempt at redemption for Jeremiah, because I kind of think it misses the mark on what I liked about Jeremiah. In that, like, even at the end of season 2, I was still kind of like, I'm kind of Team Jeremiah. He seems like fun. He's not as complicated and as brooding, and like he hadn't done all this stuff. And then, you know, this season has given us more than enough red flags with Jeremiah. But I think what I hated so much about the retconning of going back and pretending like Jeremiah did this stuff to Belly because he knew about Christmas and that spun him out is that, like, that means this is one calculating son of a gun. Like, this guy is like a master manipulator. Like, this guy's like looking at things on the chessboard, moving stuff around. And that was just not the guy I saw in season 1 and 2. And like, I think what I hated so much about it is that, like, you're saying if he's the kind of guy who would know about this Belly and Conrad Christmas secret and then use that to pick a fight with her and then test their relationship by cheating on her and then test their relationship again by asking her to marry him, then you know what? I guess when you go back and look at that firework, it's a whole different thing. I guess he was planning this all along. I guess he is some master manipulator villain. You know what I mean? Where, like, I was able to rationalize some of that in season 1 and 2 of, like, he's a little impulsive. Like, you know, not this. He's not this guy scheming all year long.
I feel like, though, the scheming recently started. And I know people want to say that the firework was such scheming in season 1, but I really don't believe that. I think that Jeremiah had feelings for Belly and wanted to follow through with it. Like, I do think that he loves her. I think that there were a lot of things with their relationship that was imploding at the end. And I do think Christmas set him off. But I don't think he was like, I'm going to cheat on Belly right now. I think it just happened.
Yeah. But from a fight he picked with her.
Well, right.
And then when they get back together, he's not even honest about why he picked the fight. He's not even honest about, like, why he feels insecure in their relationship. And then, like, the co-best man thing with Conrad now is very clearly a slight at Conrad. And, like, there are lots of things like that that are so tough this season with this guy, because I think they were almost doing it of like, oh, don't you feel a little sorry for Jeremiah that he's been this insecure? And I was like, No, this makes me like him less because you're making all of his actions intentional. You know what I mean? And I don't like that now I have to think of these actions as kind of being intentional, not just him reacting.
I get what you mean. I don't think it's a full redemption yet. I think we got to see him.
It certainly didn't redeem him with me.
I think we...
I was like, this ain't Belly's fault, dude,
No.
that you cheated in Cabo.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of growth we still need to see from Jeremiah. And I want to see that. I want to see him be that guy again. Like that guy that you really liked in season 1 and season 2. And I think we will get there. I think there will be. We got 3 eps left. I think we will get a Jeremiah redemption. I think, though, why I feel bad for him is that he was right. Like, Conrad and Belly do have feelings for each other. And it didn't go away. And Conrad is openly saying those feelings even when she's with even when she's with Jeremiah. Can't get this love rhombus together in my head. I feel for him in that sense of like, yeah, he wasn't crazy. He was right.
I get what you mean. I think they were certainly going for that redemption. But
I don't think it landed fully at all. I get what you mean. I don't think his actions were great.
I'm like, I don't like the person he's become, and I hope him and Belly, I hope they're broken up. I hope that this isn't like, oh, we're going to try to work things out. Like, I do hope they are over. Because I
hope so. We just did an in memoriam.
I think, well, that's true. Well, we could have told them a little bit back that this wasn't going to work. But she's kind of been the worst thing to ever happen to him. Because the person he's become, when his obsession with trying to hold on to her, when he knows that he can't really, because she's truly in love with Conrad. And then his obsession with Conrad, just he has to get over all of this.
I know.
He has to get over the Belly thing. He has to get over like being his dad. It's just turned him into a person that he was a lot more fun, a lot more likable in the earlier seasons.
I will say though, it feels like he regressed a lot in the past couple months. It doesn't feel like he's been this like terrible guy these past like 4 years. I think the last couple months, due to the circumstances of Conrad being back in his life and him working with his dad, is what has completely like deteriorated him. Because we got that great speech from Steven to Conrad where Steven's like, I haven't even seen you in years, man. Jeremiah's my best friend. He's the one who I see every day. He's the one who knows my grandma and we're at dinners together. He's the one who's been around. So I do.
Connie took some hits in this episode, and I enjoyed that because they weren't ignoring the past. They're not ignoring the reasons that I was like, I don't know about Conrad in like season 2, you know? And I think that they're right. He did kind of turn his back on his friends. He certainly turned his back on his family. Like he's done with Adam. There's weird other reasons for Adam, but he really did turn his back on his brother. And like, we understand what Conrad was going through and that maybe he's a different person now. But I like that the people in the show are like, well, we don't know that. We haven't seen that. Like, Conrad has not been in our lives at all.
And from Steven's perspective, it's like Conrad's just coming in here and causing chaos when everything was fine. And obviously it wasn't, but it's not like Conrad's responsible for everything. I mean, he's not responsible for Belly's feelings towards him. But I liked Steven kind of giving him some tough love there.
Which was tough for us to hear.
Yeah,
you know?
it
Probably
was.
most of the audience at this point, I feel like that, you know, I feel like the majority is probably Team Conrad now. And it's like, it is tough sometimes getting reminded of like, he wasn't always the guy we've seen this season. Like, and just, you know, Steven's right to be angry with him. And like, he does need to like mend some fences with a lot of people over this. I mean, I can't imagine what people are saying after this wedding.
to be a fly
Can
on.
you imagine the reputation Conrad has in cousin speech now?
Oh my God. I really
because
cannot
he seemed to be.
imagine.
I couldn't believe how fast and loose the episode suddenly got, of where a lot of people started to know about Conrad saying his feelings to Belly. It was like Taylor knows, and now Steven knows, and it's just going around.
Laurel
Like,
knows. Well, Laurel, no,
Yeah.
Laurel's known for 4 years.
Laurel's like, I wrote that speech for him.
Oh my God.
So no, I mean that's tough to hear, and I think he's become a better person. But like, I think both of them need to grow a little. Like it's a mess right now. Things are messy.
I don't think they can get much worse. Well, and even I do feel like this Steven speech was a wake-up call of like, oh, this entire dynamic is like all messed up. Like we need to fix all of this.
It's tough to hear. He used to be Team Conrad.
I know. We really lost him,
We were-
didn't we?
We were talking last week, having some hope that maybe like Taylor or Steven will see this for what it is and stop it. And I think Taylor did it of being like, I don't know if you should marry Jeremiah, but neither of them was fully like Team Conrad on this. And, it's going to take some time.
Well, because it's kind of crazy that if he really thought that she'd just ride off into the sunset with him, like that's delusional.
I do love that, because people ask him that, and he's like, yeah, I do.
I
It's like, this is all.
I loved
It kind
him.
of made me like this guy even more. I was like, this guy's wild. This guy is just saying what he thinks.
I
and it's
loved
great.
him being honest, but I was like, that's kind of crazy. Like, what is happening? And I feel like he's given Belly like 3 amazing speeches in the past like 48 hours of how
Yeah.
much he loves her.
Every few scenes, he's coming in a door, giving her a big speech.
I love it. The scene we got this episode that like opened the app, that was an amazing
Oh, yeah.
scene. Those two are so good in a scene together when they have to be like angry but saying their feelings. Like there's just so much happening in it. And it's so good.
And like Belly like pushing him when he's doing this to
Yeah.
her.
Well, I
Like,
was
that's
about
kind
to
of,
throw
like,
something at the TV when he said, "Oh, don't worry about what I said last time. I was drunk." I was like, I can't do
Oh,
this
my
again.
God.
We did this. I can't do it again. We did this for 2
That's
seasons.
what he did. That's what he did at that hotel that time, right? Where he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean what I said."
He didn't say drunk
the
then. He
night
was like, I didn't
before.
mean it. But they're in season 1, too, when they almost kissed. And he was like, I was
that's
wasted.
right.
Like, it's just like multiple times where he said that. And it's so frustrating. But
But
I
then it
loved
didn't
he
happen
pu-
finally
she
this
pushed
time.
him. She pushed
Yeah.
him. Like, you were not.
She makes him. I think it was good to see, because it shows that like she makes him a better person,
well,
and that's sort of what he needs.
and he pushed her, too.
Oh yeah.
He pushed her back with bringing up Christmas, Michael's, the surfing accident. He was bringing it all up.
That made me laugh. What about Michael's? Remember when we went to Michael's and shopped
How
and bought those big vases?
did that mean nothing to you?
You're telling me those vases meant nothing? They were big.
He could have brought up the flower shop. I don't
Michael's.
know. He could have
I
brought
loved
up
it.
like them cleaning up the house, but like Michael's. Michael's has gotten a lot of promo this season, and I am happy for them.
That's going to be in someone's vows when we went to Michael's.
I know. I'm mad we already got married. I would have added that in there. I did bring up the Verizon store in our vows, though. That's fun.
Oh, I forgot you did that.
I also loved in that speech when she was like, stop saying my name. Because Conrad does say Belly's name differently. Have you noticed that?
What do you mean?
It's like almost kind of like a proper way of saying it. It's like Belly. It's like Belly. Okay, no, it's not like that. That
Like-
was bad. But
That's how they're going to say it in Paris.
I Belly in Paris. I'm acting like Conrad's like French, but he says it very distinctively, and he likes to say it a lot. So I kind of liked that call out because I've noticed that a lot of like how he says her name, and he says it a lot. And I loved when she kind of was like, "Stop saying my name."
I get what you mean. I know what you mean. Sometimes it does feel like Conrad almost whispers things, and it almost feels like they put like a reverb on his voice. Like it feels like it like echoes with you sometimes. So I know what you mean with that. I mean, I loved seeing him in this ep just go for it because, like I said, you know, his timing could be better, but like I am like it is do or die right now, and if you truly feel this way, just shout it from the rooftops. And he kind of was like, it was just like, and he was very direct at a lot of times in a show where we've been so frustrated at all the lies and lack of communication and people not really saying how they feel of like, it is refreshing in this episode that he's just saying how he feels constantly.
Yes. And we get it from the start of the episode where in that first scene where he is saying it again. He is telling Belly how he feels. He's telling Taylor. He's telling Steven. He's telling everybody. He's not taking it back, which is so refreshing. Because I feel like I was going to this episode a little scared that might be what happens. But he is doubling down. I mean, Jeremiah punches him. And he still goes to see Belly before the wedding.
Yeah. He's coming in like, oh yeah, don't mind
like
this.
This guy will not take a hint. And he is doubling down, goes in that room, and still is just like, it was always worth it being with you, loving you. He is continuously reminding her that he loved her, still loves her, will love her, will ride off into the sunset with her. Like he is continuously telling her that.
Babe, wild horses couldn't drag this man away.
It's hot. It's great. I love it. I mean, it's like...
Oh, that actually reminded me of a point I wanted to make about Belly and Jeremiah's relationship is that, like, something I loved back in the Peaches scene with the lyrics of Wild Horses when it hits is it's like, it opens that song with, like, childhood living is easy to do, and it's about, like, maturing and stuff is in a relationship and the pain you do to each other. And it's like, that's sort of what's happening between her and Jeremiah is they weren't really meant to be together. And it was easy to be together in college.
Yeah.
When like, you know, it's a lot of fun and there's not huge responsibility.
And they were friends. Like they got along well.
But a lot of their problems now is real life punching them in the face.
Yeah.
Of like, where are you going to work? Where are you going to live? What are you like? Just so many things that like they don't have figured out because they don't have a mature relationship. And this guy is like, I know this is what I want, and I know we can have what you saw at Christmas and what you've seen this summer of us just like having this like happy adult life.
Yeah, Connie's not worried about the logistics. He's like, we'll figure that out. But you can sit there while I'll do the crossword puzzle. And that's romantic.
Yeah. You thought he was an old cardigan, but he's back, baby.
Let's get into that. We got to get into it. That ending. I thought we were going to be ending this app with just, we see Belly go off. That was it. We see her like get on the plane. So I was like, okay, this is great.
Without any spoilers or anything, just how did you envision this going with the wedding? Did it end at a similar spot in the book?
Yeah,
I would say right before the wedding.
I would say this episode follows the book pretty closely.
Okay.
The stuff with Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad, it follows it pretty closely. Like there's always like some added stuff, I would say, but it was pretty nail on the head of what happens in the book. But now we got 3 eps left. And I think we're really veering off from the books in a big way, especially with how this episode ended.
So do you mean like
I mean,
this show should be over sooner now. Like it
yeah.
shouldn't be 3 more eps of content based on what was in the book.
Basically, with the book, we'd be like going into the epilogue at this point.
Okay. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff happening that we're not sure where we're going.
Well, and it got very confusing when she's boarding that flight to Paris and we see Conrad. She sees Conrad.
Fisher.
We don't just see him. She sees him. And she kind of takes a little step forward. And then we fade to black.
You've analyzed this. This is your Zapruder film.
Very
You've broken down every
little
frame.
step forward because it's not enough of a step where you know if she's fully moving. She could kind of like lean forward and then go back.
Yeah, could it be a lean, not
it was
a step?
a little bit of
or...
a lean. I don't know if it was a full step. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what do you think's going to happen? So like she has left the wedding. She's going to Paris and she sees Conrad at the airport. And then what happens next? Like how does the next episode open?
Well, what's interesting too is she's going to Paris. This is not for study abroad at this point. She's just going. It feels like she's kind of like running away to Paris.
Well, maybe she can stay there. Maybe she didn't cancel the study abroad class.
It just didn't feel that way to me. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like maybe she could stay there like through school.
Like you can often figure that stuff out with a college.
I don't know. I feel like we're going to see her going off a deep end a little bit here.
So what would you imagine happening?
Don't you think she needs to a
Hey,
little
Conrad,
bit?
I'm going to go to Paris. Do you want to come with me?
No. So, no, I don't think that is what's going to happen. I don't think it's like Conrad and Belly run off into the sunset right now. I think she's still kind of mad at him. So I think maybe they exchange some words. She gets on the flight to Paris. Connie goes his separate way.
She runs over and yells at him.
I'm wondering, but has she done enough yelling at him at this point? So I don't know. Maybe they exchange a few words, or it might even just be a look. She gets on that plane to Paris. Connie, not on that plane. Also, you can't just like hop on a plane. You know, this isn't the 90s. So I think, though, Connie's going to go to Paris. This is why I think that. In Sabrina, okay, the movie Sabrina, which there's a lot of similarities from this TV show and the movie Sabrina, Linus, who is our Conrad, Linus follows Sabrina to Paris. So
Linus is Humphrey Bogart.
yeah, so Connie's going to Paris. I don't think he's going right now, but he's going at some point. We also know for sure Chris Briney was filming in Paris, but we also saw Gavin filming in Paris. So they're all going to Paris.
What's Jeremiah doing in Paris?
That's why I wonder if like she goes off the deep end and is like running away and cutting her hair and wearing a beret. I don't know, but that's what I'm wondering.
She might be marrying someone else. They're all going to that wedding.
Oh my God. No way.
I know. No, I mean, there's definitely a lot of Sabrina stuff in this. And they like sell away together at the end, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think she won't go over to Conrad. I think she'll start to go, and then she'll just pull back and get on the plane. And I think the next step will just open with she's in Paris, and then we'll get a flashback of her being like, kind of thinking of like, what should I have done right then? Should I have gone with Conrad at that moment instead of coming by myself to Paris?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're gonna see her. The next episode opens. She's on the plane. We don't know who's sitting next to her. It's gonna be a little bit of a fake out. It's not Conrad, and then we're gonna see the flashback in her mind of her debating going forward and pulling back and them having like a longing look.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I mean, look, these people might need a minute. This has been a lot. This was a traumatic weekend.
Also, at this point, what is she going to say to him? Like, you don't have
What
time.
do
That
you
plane
even
was boarding. You got to get on
What do
that
you
plane,
even
girl. Because she can't let another boy keep her from Paris.
That's a good point. I want her to go to Paris. I want her to live her life a little bit, and then maybe give Conrad a shot. That's kind of what I want.
Well, and I don't want them to get together right away. Like, I need a flash forward. I need some time to have passed. But
Yeah.
them all filming in Paris is really what's throwing me off here.
Yeah. So, assuming Belly goes off to Paris, what do you think happens with these brothers? Like, what how did these two come back from this? I mean, we watched them like fight each other in Susannah's memorial garden. Like, it is brutal.
That was a brutal fight. That was worse than what I thought in the promo. Like, that was a punch to Conrad's face.
Yeah. He hates him.
I did like when Jeremiah said, punching you would just make you feel better. And I was like, I kind of wish you would have stuck to that, but I love a fight scene in these shows. We needed it. It was leading up to there. I mean, these brothers need to like join a fight club together and just get out that aggression on each other.
Well, I mean, Conrad didn't fight back. I think Conrad knows he's in the wrong.
Yeah, he
and I think
knows.
Conrad's also being a little bit of a martyr of like, I'll sacrifice myself to be with Belly. Like, I think he's willing to take the pain.
Well, even Jeremiah says that. Like, oh, were you just, being a martyr?
Yeah.
Because it is like,
I mean,
Conrad.
He loves doing that. He loves to come in and fix everything.
I feel like, though, that ending of season 2 is just so iconic. Because there is so much in that episode that just is leading to like everything this season. Like, it really all leads back to that motel room where everything changed. Yeah. And I feel like I fault both of them. I fault Conrad for not just...
Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean it all goes back to that hotel
I just
room?
think it's like, that's where everything changed. Like, Conrad
Just
decided...
Belly left that hotel with the wrong boy.
Yes, but she did that because of their actions too. Because Conrad did not say his true feelings to her. And Jeremiah in that moment knew Conrad was still in love with her. He even says that to him outside the motel when they're talking. And he still moves forward with Belly. So it's like, you knew that he was still in love with her. You knew that when you started this up with her.
That kind of stuff is so tough now to think about when you think of him manipulating this whole summer. Like, it's like, it makes his actions seem worse in retrospect.
I think that he just...
Like, was this all just a game for you to steal Belly away from Conrad more than you even being in love with Belly?
No, I don't think it was that. But I think you could also view, though, that Belly was with Jeremiah before Conrad was. Like, they kissed. Belly and Jeremiah kissed before Belly and Conrad kissed. And I think that Jeremiah thought that Conrad would never fully reciprocate Belly's feelings. That Belly just had a crush on Jeremiah. But Belly just had a crush on Conrad. And that Conrad would never reciprocate. Did you follow? You following?
But wasn't that because Jeremiah stopped them from kissing?
I guess you're right, yeah. You're
You know what
right.
I mean?
I
It's
did
just-
forget about that scene. We could go around in circles about this. I don't think he's a master manipulator. And I can't believe you have me like defending him somewhat. But I don't think it's this like crazy thing. I think in his head he is in love with Belly. How could you not be when Susannah is talking about how great Belly is and how amazing she is and pushing these boys to spend time with her?
If he's so in love with her, why is he not fighting for her? Why is he not like...
I agree.
Like, he's
I
fighting
don't-
Conrad for his own personal ego, but he's not fighting for Belly.
I think
Like,
he
it's
loves her. I
crazy.
don't think he's in love with her. I don't think that like No, I don't think that they have as much of a love as Belly and Conrad have. But I think Jeremiah just doesn't know anything right now.
Well, Susannah saw the way Belly looked at Conrad.
Well, yeah, we all did. We all knew. We all knew. Wow, this is getting heated. We're getting heated about this. I cannot believe you have me like defending him. And I'm not like, I think it is just like, I just don't think he's this like master manipulator.
I get what you mean.
I think he has no family. This guy has nobody on his side. His dad, you know, barely paid attention to him before he started working at his company. And Conrad's off in California, and he's currently dating his ex-girlfriend. That's awkward. His mom died. So all he had was Belly and Belly's family. Like, think about how much time he spent with her family. Again, it's a codependency thing.
No, I mean, that all makes sense. It all makes sense. And I get he's young, and I get he's, like, made mistakes. It's just...
I feel like we're just talking about things that happened a long time ago.
It's just frustrating with... it's not about that. I'm saying I'm frustrated that, like, why is he not trying to work things out with Belly more? Like,
because he knows it's not going to work out. Like, he's the one who
knows.
called the wedding off. He called it off because he knows that, like, this is just not going to work out because Belly can't even say what he wants her to say.
Yeah.
Like, it's good she didn't lie in that moment, but it's like, if you really wanted to marry him, like, and you know him that well, you have ESP, you should know what he wants you to say.
What an app. It was a good scene. No, I get what you mean. He's reacting out of his own insecurity and loneliness and fear.
I think there's just so much insecurity there that makes me feel a little bad for him. And it's like the insecurity has grown over this relationship. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He didn't used to be this insecure.
No, he's become insufferable.
Oh my God. You need to go. You need to find your jellyfish shirt.
I'm just so frustrated. He's not the guy I agreed to team with.
I know. I feel like you were really hurt by him.
I feel so
this
let
episode.
down by
You're
him.
more hurt by him than Belly is at this point. I feel
I
like.
am. I'm taking it harder. I'm just so let down by him.
I feel like you're like, I believed in you, Jeremiah. I was rooting for you.
Yeah.
I think he's going to find his way back to himself. I really do. And I want that for this show. I want that.
But the big question is, do you think he's going to find his way to Denise?
I feel like, what is the point of Denise if that's not what we're doing? But they're really going to have to show us
she
that.
hung around. She hung around basically to be like Steven was her excuse to be hanging around. They ended that to let us know, like, no, she doesn't have any feelings for Steven. So she's not gay, as I had predicted. She just is incredibly unattracted to Steven. So you can see why I got confused. But if she is...
You can see why I got confused. You're not wrong. Even when they were kissing, you were like, she's going to say it. She's going to say she's gay.
Let me hold out hope. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I am curious where Jeremiah goes from here. I wish more for him. I hope he doesn't become Adam. I hope he doesn't become just this... I don't know. Adam sucks. Adam's a slime ball.
I'm curious, though.
The way he came up and even brought up the job thing there at the rehearsal dinner, the way he just, his smug face with Kaylee, I just don't want him to become that guy.
And I don't think he will. I think what's going to end up happening is Jeremiah's going to get into this company with Steven and Denise. So he's out from under his dad's hair. I feel like he's really going to like figure out what that passion is. And then I think he is going to start dating Denise. I do think that's going to be a thing. Because I feel like they showed all three of them in the office so much that it has to lead to more. I think a lot's going to happen in these last 3 episodes.
You know what it is, though? It's maybe Denise doesn't want, like, a go-getter, like, overachiever like Steven. Maybe she wants kind of, just, a himbo.
Well, it's like Denise needs somebody.
Not that Jeremiah's just that, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's probably not as smart as her. But he's a lot of fun and outgoing. Like maybe he finds his way again.
Well, I think Denise needs somebody who helps her let loose a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he can be that guy. I don't know. It's hard. Like, we're not seeing it yet. So we got to just kind of like wait and see.
I have no idea where we're going with Jeremiah.
I have no idea where we're going from here. Like, I could not.
You don't know
tell
what
you.
continent we're on.
I could not tell you. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
I know. I can't wait. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of hope we see Belly like go off the rails a little bit. I want to see her have fun in Paris.
I have a feeling that's not the last Taylor Swift song we'll hear this season. I think we're going to get another one.
I know. Well, we got to talk about Cardigan playing at the end. We got
it was
turned
great.
around.
I love that.
That was so great. The "You'll Come Back to Me." Oh my God. It's
Peter
just
losing
so
Wendy,
good.
the childhood bond of like no long. Oh,
I mean, it's a song
brutal. I mean,
about
it was perfect.
a teenage relationship, reminiscing about those younger years, and then that couple does end up together in the song.
Yeah.
So
You think they're telling us something?
I think they're saying, "Don't you fret. It's all going to be okay. We're going to get
You're gonna see Belly go be Sabrina for a little bit in Paris. She's gonna do her baking classes. It's gonna be fun.
I'm telling you, I think she should cut her hair and get a beret. That's what she's got to do. That's what a girl needs. All right,
Fun. She'll come back like a brand new person.
give us your Tyler's takes.
Oh yeah. All right. You woke me up once again today at 7 a.m. to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, episode 8, and wrote my notes. Well, my first note has been obvious. I'm mad.
Oh my God, yeah,
note
that's all we've been hearing.
I think you've gotten that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a bummer. I think I was just mad about my Jeremiah fandom earlier, and I'm not thrilled with the direction of the character this season, but I hope he finds himself again.
I feel like they took it very far with his character, and I think the way he behaved in this ep wasn't great either. So yeah, it was
the amount
tough.
of layups Conrad's had this season, of everything from having Laurel show up at the bridal party to like Conrad got the ring for her, Susannah's ring. Like, didn't they say that in the episode?
Yes.
That he talked to Adam and said he was fine with it. This guy.
I was almost rolling my eyes. I'm like, it's too much. Like, even as a Team Conrad, I'm like, this is too much. He's just
Adam was like, what ring? Where?
Well,
yeah.
No,
He's like,
Conrad pried that ring off of Susanna.
He's like,
and
you're
kept
not
it in
giving
his
that
pocket.
to Kaylee.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not giving that to Kaylee.
That's been in Conrad's pocket for years now.
Another note I had was, how much do you think Adam hates Belly now? Adam, who paid for this whole thing, who thought he had come around, was like, I'll support Jeremiah and Belly. From his perspective, he gets the country club. He gets all his like business friends to come to this, and it blows up in spectacular ways. Oh, she's never coming back with Adam, is she?
No, definitely not.
Which is fine. Who cares
Did
if Adam
Adam
likes
ever
you?
even like her, though? Like, I don't think he
I
did.
don't think Adam ever really liked her that much. Again, lil sis.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Adam really knows what's going on. He's like, you're breaking this wedding up for lil sis? Conrad, what? I didn't know you even dated this girl.
I really need to be there when somebody tells Adam all of what went down.
Adam's like, he's in love with his sister?
You want to ride into the sunset with little sis? What?
Too good.
He's like, Kaylee, what have I been missing?
I wrote down in my notes that I like that we're acknowledging Conrad's flaws. We kind of covered that already. Because, like, I like Conrad a lot now. Like, I love how he lays it all out there. But, man, the guy's got a flair for the dramatic at times.
Yeah, he really does. He caused a lot of chaos this app, for sure. And, like, was it selfish? Would you view what he did of saying his feelings over and over and over again, even when Belly's denying him and it's hurting his brother? Like, is that selfish?
I think if Belly had reacted in a normal way, it would be selfish.
Yeah.
But Belly did not react in a normal way. Belly reacted like someone who's freaking out because she is in love with you too.
Yeah.
And you both feel it. So I really appreciate go for it. Go for it. Like, you live one life. Like, go for it. Go for what you want. Like, go for what works. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I think too, there was so much that led up to this. I mean, Michael's. So much happened at that Michael's that, like, you got to do what you got to do when you're having that much fun at Michael's with a girl.
When having that much fun at Michael's. I wrote down, imagine the gossip that night in Cousins Beach after this wedding. People out drinking. People are stuck there. They're leaving the next day. And they're like, we didn't even see a wedding. Like, what is the deal with these people? And, like, some people are getting filled in for the first time that the bride has dated both the best man and brothers. And, like, I mean, this is an all-time gossip night in Cousins Beach.
I mean, I'd be telling every bartender in town.
Did you hear about the wedding that didn't happen at the country club?
Let me tell you. They just kept us drinking there for 2 hours as we waited for the bride and groom.
I bet Belly's still the villain, though, in everyone's story. And, like, I would like to say, in this show, currently, right now especially, I do not think Belly is villainous at all.
No.
Like, this, Conrad brought this up to her. He was there all summer. He saw her the Christmas before. He was there all summer. He had a lot of time this year. This is like, we're basically in August now. And it's like, he's had all this time to, like, bring up feelings for her and, like, see what he could do. Mm-hmm. And he waited till 2 nights before her wedding. So I think any kind of irrational behavior from Belly makes so much sense. And, you know, I'm very mad at Jeremiah for how he's behaved. But, you know, the number one villain for me is Jeremiah. Number 2 is Conrad, like, in this. It's not Belly, guys.
I know.
Like,
I agree. I think
she's just existing.
Well, I don't know what people want from her. Do they want her to run into Conrad's arms when he's saying this? Because she is with Jeremiah. She agreed to marry him. Like, that should mean something. And
I thought she was shockingly loyal to Jeremiah early in this episode when I was like, it's so obvious that, like, you're in love with Conrad.
But also, like, think about how long that takes you to wrap your head around. Just this whole situation. Because this girl went full speed ahead on Jeremiah when Conrad denied her in season 2. She's been full speed ahead with Jeremiah these 4 years. She doesn't want to put the car in reverse. She hopped on this Jeremiah bandwagon and feels like she has to stick it out. And she feels like Jeremiah is good to her and they have a good relationship. And, like, there's a lot of reasons, like, why she loves Jeremiah. And I just think she's not going to respond to Conrad with, like, I love you too. Let's be together. Like, that would be wild.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it is, you know what I like, though, about this show right now? is that
Tell me.
it's both boys messing things up. I mean, obviously, Jeremiah is much more villainous right now. Just from the way that he like treats and talks to Belly, like it's not great. And the way he like won't let her speak. He came back from being gone all day, where people are searching for him on the day of his wedding. He goes to see Belly, and she's like, "Can we please like talk about this?" And she's like, "Where have you been?" And he's like, "I don't want to talk about it." And it's like,
Yeah.
what? And she's like,
This
I'm
is why you
freaking
two
out.
shouldn't get married. Yeah.
Right. But like what we said too, Conrad, you know, hasn't been perfect either. We can't just always be thinking about the peaches. You know, we got to look at the whole picture.
I love you have to tell yourself, don't always be thinking about the peaches.
I try not to, but it's hard. It's summer. Peaches are everywhere.
What happens when someone no-shows at a wedding? Do a guest still get the food? Like, what happens with everything?
I wondered that too. I feel like in this scenario, Paige is like, everybody just take some food with you.
Everyone have dinner still at the country club, or it's just to-go boxes at that point?
Well, at that point, like, everything's paid for. Everybody's getting paid.
Yeah.
Maybe get a meal. Maybe give everybody a meal. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very late time to call off this wedding. I felt like I was watching Love is Blind, where like we don't know if the wedding is happening or not. That's how I felt about this wedding.
Yeah. Well, I know Redbird is just grabbing bottles of booze out the door. He's like, this is paid for. Let's go, boys.
Do you think we're going to see Redbird again?
Yeah, I do. I think you're going to see a partying montage of Jeremiah.
Yeah. You know what? I think the three of them need to let loose.
Yeah, why not?
Connie
Have a
baby.
little fun. Have a little fun, people. I wrote down. Oh, dudes can get dressed fast. You were like, because I was like, you were like, oh, he took off his shirt. I guess the wedding's not happening. And I was like, babe, guys can get ready like that. Like the next scene, he's like back in a full suit. I was like, guys can get ready for a wedding in like 10 seconds flat.
I literally go, he's calling it off. He's calling it off
Yeah, I
right
was like,
now.
That didn't mean anything that he took the shirt off.
And then he walked into Belly's room and was like, okay, I'm all ready. And I was like, what? I thought this thing was done for already.
Did you think it was telling that she didn't open her letter?
Yeah, I thought that was very telling. To be fair, though, the groom was already missing when she got the letter. So maybe she was like, let me just wait and see if he comes back. But I think it was very telling. If you have a letter sitting in front of you from a dead relative, like you want to read that right away.
You would have opened that immediately.
No, I mean, I'm going to be scouring the house when you die looking for letters that you wrote me.
Looking for letters.
I'm going to be like, he must have written me something.
Some little love letters. It'll be more of just my rants about why Jeremiah is manipulating.
You're still going to be going on about Jeremiah on your deathbed.
You're like, he's not manipulating.
No, I want to be clear. He is manipulative.
No, let's not go back. I don't want to go back.
But you're making it sound like he has had this devious plan this entire time.
Devious plan. I didn't like when Jeremiah was like, you could have said no to burying me. Didn't he say that? I have that.
Yeah, no,
thing.
it wasn't great. Again, all these convos with Jeremiah were not great.
No, because I'm like, how many women say no? Like, I feel like that's a big fear, but it's like, I think a lot of times women almost say yes to begin with, and things might not work out in the engagement or something like that. But it's like, I'm just like, I don't know. Y'all were dating. You've known each other your whole life. She's more than likely going to say yes in this situation.
Her brother just got in a big car accident and almost died. Like, yeah, she's going to say yes. Like, maybe do it at a different time, Jer, if you're really putting this to the test.
No greater
What a weird test to put
this
to. Yeah. That was crazy.
It was
Do you think that's why he didn't have the ring right away? He's like, I didn't think she'd say yes.
I don't think so. Yes, I was just doing this to get back over the Christmas thing.
He's like, I'm just trying to see if you're in love with Conrad or not.
Belly out the window looking sad and crying through a Cousin's Beach. I feel like that's the first time we've seen that, because like it's always her move is her sticking her head out of like Cousin's Beach is a magical place where like it makes her so happy, and it's like the only place she feels alive, and like it sort of felt like all the magic's gone now. Like everything with the Fisher family is broken, and like you're not really a part of that now. And it just felt like it was the first time you see her like head out, and it's like, no, this is reality now. Like it's not like things don't look as nice. You see that Cousin's Beach sign, which we have on shirts for sale on Etsy, and she just looks so broken. And I was like, it's such a like difference from the very first episode of the show when she's arriving in Cousin's Beach.
I actually thought that was like the saddest part of the episode, or one of the sadder parts, because it's like this was her safe place. This was what she loved. And she had to give that key back. And you can see her looking around the house. Like, she's like, I'm never going to be back here again. Like, this is all done. This is completely blown up. And now I don't know what to do. And I just did think that was so sad, of like, these people were her family. And now she just feels so lost without them and without that house to go back to. I mean, as somebody who has a beach house, they're pretty magical. You want to just go back all the time. And it's also just like, that's why just them all wrapped up in this house and each other is like how this all happened. And it's just really sad. It's like her worst fear has come true now.
Yeah. They've broken the codependency.
Yeah.
They're on their own now.
Very true.
You can still buy a plane ticket like that? She just walks up to a counter and says, I'd like a plane ticket to Paris? I didn't even know they'd sell them at the gate like that.
I think you can. I don't know.
Wow. I was like, this feels like an old school movie.
I hate when people look too into that, though, on TV shows.
One ticket around the world, please.
It's like, Laurel gave her those gift cards. You know, at least we had that callback.
I just thought it was fun. I thought it was like a throwback to like old rom-coms and stuff.
No, I do like that.
Everyone...
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm like, just don't look too into it, you know?
I'm not looking too much into it. I thought it was fun. And the last one was...
Well, it seemed like she was supposed to go somewhere else and then decide to go to Paris at the last minute.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it felt like.
The last note I have is everyone knew. Like, we were talking in previous eps of like, oh, like, I guess no one knows that like Conrad's still pining after Belly, his high school, this girl he dated when she was in high school and stuff. And
you're right. Everyone knew.
Everyone knew. The amount of people in this app who are like, oh, the way he looks at you? Yeah. Oh, my God. No one looks at me like that. It's like, it was just relentless. It was like everybody knew that Conrad is just in love with Belly, and everyone's like, I guess we'll get through this.
Steven was like, we all know you're in love with her. And I was like, what?
It's like, really? Everyone knew?
What? Someone really should have told Belly.
I was like, were people gossiping about this and we never heard?
I feel like when Steven said that, I like had a vision of like Steven and like one of his buddies like playing video games being like, oh yeah, Conrad's still head over heels. Like,
yeah.
I
mean, Jeremiah's like, oh yeah, at all times, the way he looks at you.
Yeah.
Like, everyone keeps saying that. I'm like, oh man, no poker face for Connie, baby.
Well, it is like, people are probably like, why is he so sad?
Yeah. Anyway, that's all my Tyler's takes. Anything else you want to talk about from the app?
Those were great. Those were some great takes.
It was a heated app, babe.
I know.
Wow. I tricked you into being Team Jeremiah.
I am not Team Jeremiah, but you were just we're going back to like, you were giving the Jeremiah origin story. And I was like,
he's a villain origin story. He turned into the Joker. He got subbed out in that volleyball game, and then he became the Joker, and he's been torturing Gotham ever since.
that is what you're acting like. And I'm like, let's take that back a step, okay? Let's walk that back for 1 second.
Fair.
And let's bring it back to reality a little bit. I am excited to see where we go from here because I have no idea. So,
well, welcome to my world. That's how I feel every episode.
I know. This is like strange new territory. Because I feel like we followed the book pretty closely, actually, this season. I mean, there's always added stuff and whatnot. But now, I think, and this is what I thought. This is what I thought from the beginning, that the ending would really switch up. Because, and not the ending, but just more kind of like how we get there. Because it's kind of a blank slate. There's a lot you can do with it. So I'm excited to see what Jenny Han came up with. Jenny Han and the team.
Exciting.
Did we do it? Are we going to fight more about Jeremiah later? I'm sorry. Should we end this up?
You okay?
No, you really put me through it.
I'm sorry.
That was a lot.
I just love my Conrad and his peaches and his surf accidents.
Oh my God.
I've
Some
always
of us
been
have
Team
been
Connie,
here.
baby.
Yeah. You know, I got to say though, right now, I don't think it's about teams. I think everybody has made mistakes. Everybody is sad. No one's okay. And I just hope we get to where everybody individually at least is okay.
It's no longer about teams. We're just trying to get through this at this point.
Literally, I just want one person on this show to be happy. Give me Steven and Taylor at least.
Sure. Well, Adam Fisher's quite happy.
Well, that's who I want to not be happy. I want everybody to come together to go against Adam Fisher. That's what I want. That would be the ending of my dreams.
He's Thanos.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I mean, I do still think he's the ultimate villain of this show, but that's another time. I can give you his origin story.
Manipulative as some people I know.
What?
Not as manipulative as some people I know.
Well, I don't know. We haven't seen
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
We haven't seen Adam with Susannah yet, so yeah, I guess we won't see it, but
No.
All right. We're calling it. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to rate and review 5 stars. We would love that. And you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at previously_on_teen TV. And you can shop our merch on Etsy, which is previously on Teen TV. And My Life with the Walter Boys is back this week. We will be covering that. Me and Claire. Claire is going to be back. We're going to be talking Walter Boys. And we have our ep out on season 1. Right now, wherever you get your podcast, be sure to listen to that. We recorded that 2 years ago. But it's a fun app.
Fun.
So lots of fun stuff. Be sure to
That's
check
another love
everything
triangle,
out.
right?
Yeah, it's the summer of love triangles. We got more love triangles.
Fun.
Hopefully, this one is a little lighter, a little happier than what we're dealing with over here.
Nobody's screaming about Jeremiah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Bye.